And once you test it, you just return it back to the reservoir. Squeeze it out there. Hi guys, I know sometimes when it comes to those home improvement projects, it can be overwhelming and you just don't know where to start. That's why I'm inviting you to go and grab this simple home improvement planner that'll take all the stress off. It works on any device with a PDF reader. You don't need any special software. You can view it online or offline. You can even print specific pages if you need. And it's so easy to share with contractors or family. You can set and track your total budget. You can break down costs by category. You can record material expenses, track contractor payments, keep digital receipts. You can compare estimated versus actual costs. And the great thing about it is you can monitor your spending in real time. And the best part about it is you can document your whole journey because it allows you to take before and after pictures for each room or area of your home or space. Guys, this is the perfect planner to get started, especially if you're beginning on your DIY journey. You want to start it off right. So go grab the Calibrate Home Improvement Planner. I'll leave the link in the description below. And you guys have a great one. Antifreeze or coolant. We know how important it is when it comes to the performance of a car's engine. But that's not all there is to it. The quality of the antifreeze is just as important as how much you have in your engine system. So there's 3 different ways you can cool off your engine if it's too hot, or you can keep it from freezing over in colder climates. In this bottle, I got some plain water, and we've all used that in times of emergencies when we needed to cool our engine off and we didn't have any coolant around. Now this right here is pre-diluted antifreeze. It's a 50-50 mix of antifreeze/coolant and water. This one right here is pure concentrated antifreeze with no water included. Can you tell which one's the concentrate and which one's the 50-50? Well, this one on the left, your left, is the 50-50. You can tell that it's a little lighter than the one on your right, the concentrated. That's a little darker. Now the 50-50 pre-diluted solution is what's mostly used in cars today. It's ready to use, no mixing necessary. So you may say, why do they sell the concentrate if they got the 50-50 on the shelves ready to go? Well, in some climates, a 50-50 ratio may not work. So there's the concentrate that you could mix with water and tailor it to the needs of the climate. In some climates, you may need a 30-70 ratio. That's 30% water, 70% antifreeze. In other climates, you may need a higher ratio of antifreeze, which would probably be a colder climate versus a hotter climate where you need more water than antifreeze. So it's not always a 50-50 split. The pure concentrate allows you to mix whatever ratio is needed for that climate and for that car. Now, just like anything else in the physical universe, antifreeze does get old. It can degrade over time. In other words, it loses its ability to prevent your engine from overheating or freezing over in cold weather. And there's a couple of reasons for this. One of them being exposure to air. Every time you open your radiator cap or your reservoir cap, you're exposing the antifreeze/coolant to air, introducing moisture and all sorts of contaminants to it. This immediately degrades the quality of the antifreeze and coolant. Another reason your antifreeze/coolant loses its potency is because it's running through all those metal pipes and tubes in your engine all day long, picking up rust particles and whatever debris may be floating around in there. After all, your antifreeze/coolant is a chemical, and over time, like any chemical, it'll break down into different compounds, making it weaker and unable to perform its original duties. This is why you have to replace your antifreeze every so often. Now, this is what's called an antifreeze and coolant tester. This can determine at what temperature your antifreeze will start to freeze. In other words, at what point it will no longer be able to withstand the cold temperatures it's subjected to. And it can also determine at what temperature your coolant will no longer be able to withstand hot temperatures, meaning at what point your car will start to overheat. As you can tell, it consists of this squeezer. It's just a rubber ball filled with air, a reservoir, a transparent reservoir, and a tube. This reservoir is transparent so you could visually inspect your antifreeze when it's in there for rust, for particles, for any kind of contaminants. Inside, you'll see these pointers. You see a red one here, and down there you'll see a larger red pointer. It's kind of blocked by the sticker here. And then right here, you see a line right here that says fluid level. When you're extracting the antifreeze or coolant from your reservoir or your radiator, that's how far you want it to go, right at this fluid level. And the pointer right here points at a circle with crosshairs. That's how you keep it level. You need to keep it vertical, and you use that pointer to make sure that it's vertical when you're doing this. And then you have these charts right here, which represent the freezing point on this side of the device, and they're measured in Fahrenheit and Celsius. So wherever this red pointer lands on this chart, it's going to be the freezing point of your antifreeze. That's how cold it has to be outside before things start freezing over. Now on this side, this chart represents the boiling point. That's how hot things have to be before things start overheating. Again, measured in Fahrenheit and Celsius. So wherever this pointer lands on this chart, that's how hot it has to be outside before your coolant doesn't work anymore. All right, so let's test the freezing point and boiling point of our last resort option, plain water or tap water. We're gonna squeeze our ball, then we're gonna stick our tube in, and then we're gonna let go of our pressure on the ball, and that will suck up the water into this transparent reservoir here. And we're gonna make sure that it comes up to the fluid level line. And if you notice on the tube, it's narrow here. That's on purpose. That's so when you take the tube out, you can bend it easily. Now we're keeping it vertical like we're supposed to by lining up that pointer in the vertical position. And we see that the red pointer stays down at the bottom here. That's below negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 12 degrees Celsius. So plain water is the worst thing you can put in your cooling system in cold temperatures. Because if the temperature drops to negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 12 degrees Celsius, your antifreeze is going to freeze. Now, if we look at the boiling point of water in your system, that's how hot it is before your engine starts overheating, meaning your coolant doesn't do the job anymore. You're looking at 257 degrees Fahrenheit and 125 degrees Celsius. And that's one of the reasons why water doesn't last that long in your cooling system, because that engine gets very hot and the consistency of water can't withstand that heat for too long. So now we're going to return the water back to the bottle, and you just put the tube back in and just squeeze it out. Now let's test the freezing point and boiling point of pre-diluted 50/50 antifreeze and coolant. We're going to straighten our tube out. We're going to squeeze our ball in, stick our tube in, and take it all the way up to the line. Okay, it's up to the fluid level line. We're going to pull it out, bend our tube. We're going to keep the red pointer vertical, and you want to make sure that you tap on the reservoir to release any air bubbles that may be attached to the pointer, making it rise more than it should. And we see that the big red pointer is now pointing at around negative 34 degrees Fahrenheit and around negative 35 degrees Celsius. And it states right here on the device that at negative 34 degrees Fahrenheit, 50/50 pre-diluted antifreeze and coolant is what you should be using at that temperature. So let's put it back in here. And we're not going to test the concentrated solution because it's not diluted. You don't put pure concentrated solution by itself in your cooling system. All right, guys, so we're going to test our antifreeze in our car right now. So we got to make sure that the engine is cold before you do this, okay? And it's all about safety. You don't want to open a hot boiling reservoir or radiator cap. So let's go ahead and take this off. We're going to test our freezing point and boiling point. Okay, pull it out. Okay, so you see the freezing point is at about a negative 45 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 43 degrees Celsius, which is pretty good. It's below the freezing point of a 50/50 solution, which is negative 34 degrees. So we're doing good there. And the boiling point is at 268 degrees Fahrenheit and 131 degrees Celsius. And it says right here, 265 degrees Fahrenheit is what's required for a 50/50 solution. So we're doing pretty good there too. We don't see any murkiness, no debris floating around. It's pretty clear, no rust. So the antifreeze is pretty good quality. And just to be fully transparent, I just got it topped off. But that's how you do it.